All right, how we doing, homeschool? My name is Mr. Ellis. I am a senior physical education major over at Salisbury University. I'm excited to be with you guys. I wish we could be in the gym in person, but we're going to work with what we got and we're going to make the best out of it. So first lesson for you guys this week is going to be shooting in basketball. That's going to be what our units are going to be on, or our lessons are going to be on. It's going to be a basketball unit, so a bunch of different basketball lessons. So I hope we like basketball. Hope we especially like shooting for today. So let's go ahead and get into it. So what are we going to need today? Today we're going to need a basketball or an item that can simulate a basketball. That could be a volleyball, a soccer ball, a rolled up bundle of shirts, a bundle of grocery bags. Let me show you what I got for today. You'll see it in a couple of my demo videos, but I have this right here. It's basically a bag from the grocery store, and you fill it up with a bunch of other bags, and you kind of tie it off, and it works nice as a ball to use inside. So be creative with it. Just make sure we have something to be able to shoot with, whether it be a volleyball, basketball, soccer ball, any of those things will work, or you could try what I tried and use that bundle of grocery bags. We're also going to need a basketball hoop or a target area. So if we don't have a basketball hoop that at our house, or one that we could go to with our parents or drive to ourselves, we could use a laundry hamper or a basket or a target area on a wall outdoors. And again, in some of my demo videos from this lesson, you're going to see I'm using my laundry hamper that I have in my room here. So any of that stuff will work. We're also going to need some type of a placement marker. This could be a shoe, a cup, a cone, or a water bottle. And again, in some of my demo videos, you'll see I used different shoes to use as markers. So really anything like that will work for this. Just make sure we have everything ready for when we get started. So just an overview of the class. Just did the greeting. We're going to get into an instant activity warm up next. We're going to get into what we're learning about. We're going to get into our focus activities, and then we're going to review and close out the lesson. All right, so instant activity, it's going to be a fitness component focus of muscular endurance and cardiorespiratory endurance. It's going to be a choose it yourself fitness. So basically what's going to happen is there's going to be two different fitness activities displayed on either side of your screen with a little video or a picture under it demonstrating what the activity is, although you guys will probably know the majority of those activities, but just in case you guys don't, that video will be there for you. And then we're going to choose the activity you want to do the most out of the two activities. And then there's going to be a 30-second timer with each different set of activities. And after that 30-second timer that you guys complete, I will reset the timer for 30 seconds rest, and we'll move on to the next set of activities. All right, so first one, again, muscular endurance, cardiorespiratory endurance. Both of these are going to be cardiorespiratory endurance. We got exercise 1, which is high knees. You can see the demo right below. And we got exercise 2, which is butt kicks. You can see the demo below there. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds to pick which one you want to do, and then I'll go ahead and start the timer. When I start the timer, for any timer that we have throughout this class, I'm going to mute my audio and turn my video off so you guys can complete it. So hopefully we're all ready. I'll go ahead and do that and start the video. Alrighty, that ends the first one. I'm going to go ahead and reset the timer for you guys. 30 seconds rest. I believe when I click, it's going to go to the next slide, but I'll just come back to this one. Go then. 30 seconds rest here. If you got a water bottle or anything like that handy, go ahead and grab a sip of water. If not, you can do whatever for the 30 seconds. Alrighty, get into the next slide here. That's going to be side lunges for exercise 1 and squat jumps for exercise 2. Just real quick on the side lunges, you can see she's only going to the one side. What we're going to want to do is we're going to want to alternate each different side. So you can see her doing it. Just do it that way and then do it to the other side, then back to the other side. Or if you want to do the squat jumps, just go ahead and do the squat jumps that way. Here we go into exercise number 2 for our instant activity. Go ahead and start your 30 seconds rest. Again, if you got a water bottle or anything handy, go ahead and grab a sip. Seconds here, and then we're going to get into exercise set. Exercise number 3. Alrighty, here we go. All right. So for set number 3, we have jumping jacks or plank holds. Go ahead and pick one of those 2 activities. Give you guys a couple seconds, and then I'll get into it. Alrighty, here we go. Nice. All right, give you guys that 30 seconds rest, and then we'll move on to activity number 4 of our warm-up. Seconds here. Get ready to move on. All right, I believe this is the last one. We got exercise 1, which is burpees. You see the demo below. We got exercise 2, which is a jog in place for 30 seconds. So I'll give you guys a couple seconds to pick, and then I'll go ahead and start the countdown. All righty, good job. We're going to go ahead and reset that timer and get our 30 seconds rest, and then we're going to go ahead and move on. Again, if we got some water, make sure we grab a sip really quick, stay hydrated. Alrighty. All right, so that was the end of our instant activity. Go ahead and grab a seat for a sec. Wherever you guys are, if we're in a chair, if we're outside, go ahead and take a seat on the ground, do whatever. We got a quick health activity to get into for the day. So just because of the situation we're in, I thought that a good idea for our first health activity would be how to properly wear your face mask, just to make sure that we keep ourselves safe and everyone around us safe as well. So I have two different masks right here. I have a disposable mask, and then I have a mask that was given to me by Salisbury University. Great mask. This is the one I typically wear when I'm going out to the grocery store or anything like that. I'll typically wear this one, but these ones are great as well. So basically, first step to how to properly wear your face mask, we want to make sure that we always wash our hands before putting on our face mask. Cover your nose and mouth with the mask, so I'll go ahead and demonstrate it here. Cover the nose and the mouth, pop it around your ears, pull it down, make sure it's secure under your chin, and then number three, make sure it's nice and snug against the side of your faces. And if you guys ever feel this metal bar or whatever this is in the top nose section, we want to make sure we press down on that just to make sure there's nothing getting inside of that mask. So again, I'll give you guys a demo one more time with this other mask right here. I also have the compression up top on this mask. So again, we want to grab it by the strings, secure it on the nose and under the chin, cover your nose and mouth, press down on that top part, pull down, make sure it's nice and snug under your chin to make sure that we're keeping ourselves and everyone around us safe. So yeah, that's pretty much the health activity for the day. Pretty simple, very easy way to keep everyone around you and yourself safe. I got this picture down here. I don't know if you guys checked it out, but here it is again, how to properly wear and use a face mask. Again, wash your hands with soap and water or use a hand sanitizer before you touch your mask. Again, use the ties or the loops to put the mask on and take it off, and then cover your mouth, nose, and secure it under your chin. There you go. Health activity for the day, how to properly wear your face mask. All right, so we're going to get into what we're going to be learning today. Today, the focus of our lesson is going to be to perfect the cues for shooting a jump shot for basketball. The cues for shooting a jump shot or set shot are going to be in the form of the acronym BEEF. That's going to be balance, elbows, eyes, and then follow through. We'll go a little bit more in depth into those cues in a slide or two. And then we want our students to understand the proper form and fundamentals for each shot and the cues to perform the shot. So our objectives for the day, again, shoot a basketball with the correct cues: BEEF, balance, elbows, eyes, follow through, in general space. And then at the end, this is going to be for at the end, our cognitive objective, explain the correct cues: BEEF again, balance, elbows, eyes, follow through, for shooting a basketball on an exit slip following class. All right, here's the cues, a little bit more in depth. Again, acronym BEEF, very easy way and simple way to remember the correct cues for shooting a basketball. The balance is the B, eyes focused on your target is that first E, elbow in and aligned with your knee under your shooting arm. So if you're right-handed, align it with your right knee. If you're left-handed, align it with your left knee. And then number 4, follow through to your target and flick your wrist at the end like that. It's the cues for shooting a basketball. Let's make sure we remember those cues. It's going to be asked on an exit slip following class. Just make sure we remember those cues again: BEEF, balance, eyes, elbow, follow through. All right, activity 1. We're going to start. I have a little video for you guys. We're not going to watch the whole video, but it basically goes in even more in depth into that acronym BEEF for shooting a basketball. So I'll go ahead and play that video, and we'll get into our activity number 1. So go ahead and pay attention to the first minute or so.
So the drill we're going to demonstrate today is a drill that helps you teach the basic fundamentals of shooting, and it's called BEEF. Okay, so BEEF, the letter B stands for balance. You'll notice that Jared is in a good balanced position. He's a right-handed shooter, so his right foot is just slightly forward, okay? And you'll notice that his eyes are focused on the target, which is the rim, and that's the first E, okay? The second E stands for elbow, okay? When he comes up to a shot, he wants to make sure that his elbow is in, okay, and it's aligned with his right knee. You can kind of picture a string from his right elbow connecting to his right knee. F stands for follow through.
So just really quick, you heard him talking about the elbow being in line with the right knee. This is going to be only if you're a right-handed basketball shooter. If you're a left-handed basketball shooter, it's going to be opposite. It's going to be aligned with your left knee. Sorry about that.
Jared is in a good balanced position, and you'll notice that his eyes are focused on the target, which is the rim, and that's the first E. Okay? The second E stands for elbow. Okay? When he comes up to a shot, he wants to make sure that his elbow is in, okay, and it's aligned with his right knee. You can kind of picture a string from his right elbow connecting to his right knee. F stands for follow through. As he's generating his shot, he follows through. Okay, he has a floppy wrist, okay, and he ends with his hand in the cookie jar, and that's a really good old teaching cue that's very effective for kids at lower grades as well as older. Okay, so another point of emphasis when teaching.
All right, so that basically just a little bit more in depth to the cues of shooting basketball. That's going to be beef, again, balance, eyes, elbow, follow through. Very easy way to remember the cues for shooting a basketball, because we are going to be practicing those correct cues for shooting basketball with no ball at first, or modified ball, whatever you guys have. It's going to be about a minute. I have a 3-minute timer of that, so about a minute of that, and then we'll get into the modified basketball, or the basketball that we had ready for the beginning of class. We're going to be practicing shooting by throwing it up or shooting it up in the air. As you can see, I have a little demo video of myself doing that right here. Performing the correct cues, using the BEEF acronym, and catching my shot after I shoot it. That's going to be about the last 2 minutes of that activity. So again, for the first minute, no ball or no modified ball. And for the last 2 minutes, we're going to go ahead and use a ball and just catch it on the way down. So again, I got my little demonstration right here. I'm going to go ahead and start this timer. If you guys need a little bit more direction or you forget what's going on, just go ahead and check out that demo video right there. I'm going to go ahead and get this timer going. I'm going to mute my audio and turn off my video. So here we go. go ahead and move on here to activity number 2. That's going to be some jump shot practice. All right. So you can see my little demo right here with my modified ball. Again, plastic bags, and then my modified hoop as well as my laundry basket that I have in my room. Excuse me. We're going to go to the basketball hoop that they've chosen with their basketball or their modified basketball. Again, the hoop could be a real basketball hoop if you got one at home, or if you want to go to a nearby park that has a basketball hoop, something like that, or a friend's house. A laundry basket or a hamper will work, a trash can will work, or just a targeted area on your wall will work as well. We're going to shoot your basketball or modified basketball to their hoop or targeted area with the correct cues. Again, that BEEF acronym. Been hearing all about it all day long. We want to make sure we remember that BEEF acronym. And then we're going to want to try and make each shot that you take here, whether that be on a basketball hoop or into your laundry hamper or trash can. We're going to start out for about 2 minutes. We're going to be a medium distance or length away from the basket or the targeted area. You can kind of move around in different spots if you want to. But yeah, just start at about a medium distance. So like a short jump shot. And then if that's going to be the first 2 minutes, and then for the last 2 minutes, take 4 or 5 steps back, maybe step behind that 3-point line if you got one, and try that out for the last 2 minutes. Again, make sure we're using those correct cues, the BEEF acronym: balance, eyes, elbow, and follow through. So again, we're always going to have our demo video right here, just in case you guys need to check it out one more time. Make sure that we're doing those correct cues, or just to check in, see what you guys are doing. We're always going to have that right there. So I got a 4-minute timer here for you guys. Remember, for about 2 minutes, to work on like a shorter jump shot. And then for the last 2 minutes, maybe take a couple steps back, or more than a couple, maybe 4 or 5, step behind that 3-point line, see what you guys got with your jump shots. So I'm going to go ahead and again, I'm going to mute my audio and turn my screen off and let you guys get into this activity. Remember, here we're going to be taking a couple steps back, working on that longer range jump shot. Make sure we're keeping those correct cues and everything. finish up that last shot, grab your ball. We're going to go ahead and get into activity number 3. That's going to be jump shot spots. We're going to need 5 different placement markers. Like I had said in the beginning of the class, this could be a shoe, a cone, a water bottle, a cup, anything like that. You can see in the smaller demo video, I have 5 shoes laid out in different spots around my basket, which is my laundry hamper. I'll wait for that to come up one more time. There it is. And then we're going to designate one spot as our starting spot. As you can see, I designated my checkered van as my number 1 spot. You can see me pointing number 1 right there. Excuse me. And shooting from that first spot, you're going to run up, grab your ball, and you're going to run to spot 2. And then, yeah, so that's pretty much it. You can only move to the next spot after you have made your jump shot at your previous spot. So you can only move to spot number 2 if you've made your jump shot at your designated starting spot number 1. If we complete the jump shot spots before the timer runs out, it's going to be a 5-minute timer. So I'm sure we're all going to complete it at least once. We're going to want to just go ahead and restart. If you complete it 2 times before the 5-minute timer, let's go ahead and rearrange those spots, maybe move them back a little bit, put them in a little bit more of a challenging location for us, since we've gotten to the mastery stage of that jump shot. Let's try and move them around a little bit, back them up, put them in a more challenging area to challenge ourselves. For activity number 3, this is going to be our culminating activity, our final activity. So let's make sure we're really getting those cues down here, making sure that we're using that BEEF acronym to remember how to correctly shoot a basketball. So practice activity number 3, again, we got the demo right here. You got me standing on my checkered van, my designated spot number 1. And then I run up, grab it, and I move to spot number 2, which is just in the frame right there. My sneaker right there, spot number 2, designation for that. So I'll go ahead and turn my screen off and mute my audio, let you guys get into this. Again, just really quick before we start, we're going to want to get through it once. If we get through it once, go ahead and restart. If you get through it twice, let's try and move those spots around, make it a little bit more challenging for ourselves. So here we go. pause it for a sec here. Let's go ahead and move our spots back if we have not done so already. Go ahead and put them in a little bit more of a challenging spot. I'll give you guys about 30 seconds to do that, and then I'll go ahead and reset the timer and we can finish up our activity. Alrighty, hopefully we've all moved our 5 different spots back. Go ahead and keep that same one designated or pick a new one if you want. Doesn't matter to me. And then just get through those 5 more challenging spots. I'm gonna go ahead and start the video here. It may go to the next slide. I'll just come back and restart if it does. Guys, back to where we were. Alrighty, go ahead and finish up that last shot. Everyone, great job. Hope we all enjoyed that. Hope we all got to get through. So just a review of our lesson today. We have a Flipgrid. Students, you're gonna, basically Flipgrid is an app that you can get on your smartphone. You basically download the app and yeah, what we're gonna do is we're gonna record you guys shooting a basketball shot with the correct cues, that BEEF acronym. So make sure that we're using the correct cues in that video. Just take one shot of yourself so we can see it, and then answer the 3 following questions. What does the acronym BEEF stand for? Why do we want to follow through to the target while shooting? And explain how shooting is important to the game of basketball. So basically what we can do is you can either take this link down right here that I have, that's going to be the Flipgrid link, or scan this code. So basically if you put your camera phone up to this right here, it'll come up with the website. So yeah, that's pretty much it. I'll leave this up for a couple more seconds just in case you guys need to pull your phones out or whatever you guys need to do to go ahead and get to that Flipgrid assessment for us. Just a couple more seconds there. All right. If you need to, just go back in the video and scan it from there. So for next class, we're going to be working on dribbling with our hands for basketball. What are we going to need? We're going to need, again, some type of ball that can be dribbled. This time it's going to need to be a basketball, a soccer ball, a volleyball, or a playground ball, anything like that. We're going to need some cones or modified cones for placement markers. This can be water bottles, cups, shoes, shirts, anything you guys saw me using shoes today. That's a really easy one. So yeah, that's what we're gonna need for next class. Hopefully you guys can get that ready for us, so we can enjoy next week's lesson. Hope we all enjoyed this one. Uh, I wish we could be in the gym with you guys, but unfortunate circumstances, so we can't. But let's make the best of it, and we'll see you next week.